What's up everyone, and welcome to Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke. That's right, this is the new project that I've been hinting at for the last couple of weeks. I don't even know how long ago, honestly, but I've been hinting at a new something big, and this is it. So welcome to my favorite Pokemon game ever, Pokemon Emerald. The Hoenn region is my absolute favorite because it is the one that I first played when I was actually competent and not a baby just drooling on myself and rolling around. Well, actually, I wasn't really that young when Crystal came out, but I don't know. This was the first game that I really got into, the first one that I really enjoyed. Or I guess technically Ruby and Sapphire, but this is kind of the more complete version of those. So this is my next project, and surprise, surprise, I have actually never done a real playthrough, I guess, of this game. The only thing I've ever done was maybe like 3 years ago, maybe even 4 years ago. It's been a while since I played this game, and with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire coming out so soon, I am just super excited for those games, and so I decided, let's go through the Hoenn region one time before we get into Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So, I hope you guys are excited for this. I am actually really excited. As you can tell from the title and the thumbnail and the everything else, this is also going to be a Nuzlocke, which for those of you that don't know, I'm sorry, I'm actually trying to catch my breath here because that was a very long run-on sentence thing there. Not really a run-on sentence, I guess. But while Professor Birch here explains Pokemon, since we all know what is up with it already, we know what he's going to be saying, I am instead going to explain how Nuzlocke works. For those of you that are new to the channel or haven't seen a Nuzlocke before, it is basically a challenge run of the Pokemon games where I catch only the first Pokemon encountered in a certain route, and I only have that one chance to catch it. So if I fail to catch that Pokemon, I can't catch anything else in that route. It's basically a self-imposed rule. It's not something that the game actually does for you, unless you're playing a hack that does it like Zeta and Omicron, which is now going to be the side project, by the way. But I want to stay on track. I don't want to distract myself and end up talking about things that aren't related to Nuzlocke right now. So basically, is the number one rule. The second rule, and probably the most important one, and the most known one, is that if a Pokemon dies at any point, and by that I mean faints, then that Pokemon is considered dead instead, and I will deposit it into a box which I will label Dead Pokemon or something like that, and I can't use that Pokemon anymore unless later on I lose and I end up turning it into an All-Stars, but we'll get there if we get there. I actually really want to focus on winning this time around because I have not successfully completed a Nuzlocke on this channel yet. So before we continue on with more rules and things, we have to pick whether we want to be a boy or a girl. And last time I picked to be a girl character, it did not go too well. We lost at the second gym, and that was Pokemon Blaze Black and Volt White, which, by the way, I do want to come back to those, but I decided I should do Emerald because, one, the hype for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is real, and I really want to play through Hoenn again, and two, I totally forgot, I blanked out right now. Two, this is a real Pokemon game, not a hack that makes the game harder. So I think this would be a really good choice. Plus, it's kind of the Pokemon game that I know the best. So we're going to pick a boy this time around. Like I said, I feel like I would jinx it otherwise. And we're going to go ahead and give ourselves, not N, we are going to name ourselves Orange. No Orange would kind of be a weird name, huh? I like that the keyboard is also orange here, the background of the little keyboard thingy, but anyway, the rest of the rules to the Nuzlocke and all that, which I have labeled L Nuzlocke for all of mine, are going to be down in the description, so if you guys would like to read that, go ahead and do so. But just to go over quickly some other rules that I have, I don't really like to restrict healing or anything like that because I'm not actually super good at Pokemon regardless, or despite the fact that my channel is one of the biggest Pokemon channels, I'm not too great at the game. In fact, that's actually, I think, one of the things that I'm known for, is I'm not really the greatest here, so I decided I really want to win a Nuzlocke for once. I've lost 2 of them now. The first one we got pretty dang far. We did, I did Heart Gold and Soul Silver, or the hacks of Heart Gold and Soul Silver called Sacred Gold and Soul Silver, and we got actually all the way up to past the 8th gym, if I remember correctly. So we were almost done with the game, and then I decided to beat the rest of it as an All-Stars playthrough. Actually, I don't know if we got that far, but we got pretty dang far. I think we got to the main Team Rocket event. In that game, it got a little bit changed up, so I don't know. Either way, that is pretty much it. The only other exceptions are if I run into a duplicate Pokemon, so if I already have caught one, like for example, if I run into Poochyena, then later on I run into another one, that will not count, so I'll move on to the next Pokemon just to keep it varied up and not have the same team of all the same Pokemon. That would really suck and not be as entertaining, I guess, so I like to put in that rule. As well as if I ever run into a shiny Pokemon, which doesn't really happen. I don't think I've ever run into a shiny on a playthrough, so I doubt that will happen. But if I ever do, then I am allowed to also catch that one. Now, without further ado, let's get started, guys. I am super excited. And like I said, if you are as well, be sure to leave a like down below. Share this with your friends, because I am ready. I think I'm ready. I don't know if I'm actually ready. Maybe I'm not ready. I hope I'm ready. How do you like it? This is our new home. It has a quaint feel, but it seems to be an easy place to live, don't you think? And you get your own room. Let's go inside. Oh, man. The nostalgia is starting to settle in. We gotta go set our clock, man. This is so great. But the first thing you do in any Pokemon game before we even go and set the clock is we're gonna swap the text to fast. And we're actually gonna set, I don't know if I should put this on set or shift. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Should I have it on set or should I keep it on shift? Because I feel like having it on set makes it a lot harder. But because this is an easier game, I might be able to do it. I don't know. But with the other Nuzlockes, I've been really, like, they are hard games, man. I've been doing a regular playthrough of Pokemon, I think it was Sacred Gold, which is, well, which one did I do? The opposite one of the one that I did on this channel. I've been doing that on my spare time, and it is actually pretty dang tough. I thought that there was an orange thing. What time is it? I have no idea. It's really late right now. I think it's, yeah, it's actually 3:55 in the morning right now when I'm recording this. For some of you, that might sound like it's early, but for me, it is very, very late. I guess it's actually 2:55, but I set my computer to be on Eastern time zone, so I guess we'll do 2:55, which I think that's right. Yeah, actually, that's 1:55, so I'm dumb. We'll do 2:55 a.m. Awesome. I don't really think that's necessary because I think that this will actually take the time that's on my computer instead. So I don't think it really matters. I'm not really sure, but we'll just set it just because I wanted to tell you guys what time it is here in this world. Oh, before we forget, I guess we got to go watch our dad on TV, but there is a potion that we can go get in the computer. There's always that one potion. We brought you this report from in front of Petalburg Gym. It's over. I think Dad was on, but we missed him. Too bad. Oh yes, one of Dad's friends lives in town. Professor Birch is his name. He lives right next door, so you should go over and introduce yourself. I always really like that about this game, that you actually have a dad. I know that sounds like not a big deal, but in Pokemon, you never freaking have a dad, so it's really cool that in this game, you actually do have a dad, and not just that, but he's a gym leader. That's flippin' awesome, because it says he flipped open the notebook. Alright, this isn't really necessary. I actually wanted to check out the GameCube, because as a kid growing up, I never actually had a GameCube, so I always like to be like, oh my gosh, look, the thing that I'll never get. I had a PS1 growing up, and it was only because the mayor, at the time, it was like election time, and the mayor was doing his campaign, and he came to our house, and he was like, hey, do you guys need anything? And me being a little nosy kid was like, I want a PS1. And then he came and gave me a PS1. I know it sounds ridiculous that a mayor would do that, but it was a different time. It was like 1998 or something. I don't know. I was really young. Anyway, we are just gonna barge into our neighbor's house here. Hey, hey, we have a daughter about the same age as you. Oh. I'm gonna go hit on a little bit of that. She's upstairs. Ooh, we can go right in there. See that? You gotta ask the mom for permission first, but there's no one in here. Just an orange GameCube. I'm actually kind of jealous. An orange GameCube seems really cool, so I guess the next best thing is this Pokeball. How about we just grab it, huh? Who are you? Oh, you're orange. No, your GameCube's orange. I'm Ariel, except I guess I'm also orange. I don't know. I'm May. Glad to meet you. I have this dream of becoming friends with Pokemon all over the world. I heard about you, Orange, from my dad, Professor Birch. I was hoping that you would be nice, Orange, and that we could be friends. Oh, this is silly, isn't it? I've just met you. And this is, oh no, I forgot. I was supposed to go help Dad catch some wild Pokemon. I'll catch you later. Haha. You just, alright. She just lied to us. That's what girls do, man. They'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't go out. I have to go, do the laundry. And then they'll go on the computer. That's just what happens, man. Rejection it's a tough life, guys. It is indeed a tough life. But anyway, with that done, now we can move on. You actually need to do that in order to head up here now. There are scary Pokemon outside. I want to go see what's going on, but I don't have any. So we're going to go see what's going on instead and find out that Professor Birch is in trouble, being chased by Zigzagoon. Oh my goodness. I just realized that I'm treating this like it's literally Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire right now. It's so awesome. I can't wait to play the games. And with that, we have come to the first major decision of any Pokemon game, choosing our starter. Now, instead of making this a just part 0, choose my starter kind of thing, I have actually already predetermined which starter I want to choose, because I basically base it around which starters I don't want to use in this game, because I want to use them later on. So if you guys don't know, the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire demo is coming out very soon, and I'm definitely going to be playing through that if I can actually get the demo, because apparently Pokemon doesn't want to give it to us in North America. I don't know what's up with that, but I'm kind of sad. So in that, I want to use either Trico or Mudkip. I'm not sure which one yet, but I do know that in neither of them, neither the demo or the actual game, I'm going to use Torchic, because Torchic was already in X and Y, and I actually used it, and I used Mega Blaziken. So I will definitely be picking Torchic up for this Nuzlocke, and this guy will accompany us throughout the rest of the journey. That is, unless he dies, which I really hope he doesn't, because that would really suck. You know what would really suck is if we ended up dying on, like, one of these beginning battles. Like, you're battling a level 2 Zigzagoon. Losing to this thing is kind of the most shameful thing that can happen to any Pokemon trainer. This is like, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I don't think I've ever lost to this Zigzagoon specifically, but I've definitely lost my first rival battle a couple of times, and it is not a fun sight, especially in a Nuzlocke, because once a Pokemon faints, you lose. And also, if all of your Pokemon faint, that means they're all dead. That means you black out. If you black out, it is game over. Like, the Nuzlocke is done. And that actually happened to me in Pokemon Volt White, I think was the one we did. Either way, this is Professor Birch, May's dad. It's kind of cool that everyone gets a dad. It's not like, hey, you get a dad in this game. Nope, your rival also gets his dad. Everybody gets a dad today. It ain't even Father's Day. I was in the tall grass studying wild Pokemon when I was jumped. You saved me, thanks a lot. Oh, hi. This is not the place to chat, so come by my Pokemon lab later, okay? Yeah, we can have some cookies and tea and whatever else they do in the Hoenn region. I mean, this region's kind of tropical, so I don't think they would have any of that, really. They'd probably have, like, some coconuts. I feel like that's a big stereotype. I'm from Puerto Rico, which is a tropical place, and I don't really... I mean, I guess we do drink coconut water, huh? I guess the stereotype is, like, if you're going to a tropical place, you got coconut water. I don't even think that's really a stereotype. I'm just dumb. You got your father's blood in your veins after all. As thanks for rescuing me, I'd like you to keep the Pokemon that you used earlier. So, we are going to get to keep this Torchic, and now we get to nickname it. I thought long and hard about the nickname for this guy, and I was originally going to go with General So's, spelled T-S-O, but then I went online and I was like, I have no idea how to say this. Apparently, there's a huge debate on how you actually say this. Every time I go to the Chinese restaurant, I'm like, hey, can I get some General So's chicken? And they're like, yes, General So's chicken, awesome. But apparently some people say General Tao, some people say General Chow, some people even say like Toe, or I don't even know, man. So I decided instead of that, we're gonna go with a different kind of chicken, and we're just gonna name this guy Kung Pao. Isn't Kung Pao a karate movie? I think it's spelled P-O-W though, but we're gonna go with Kung Pao with an O as our first Pokemon. If you work hard at Pokemon and gain experience, I think you'll make an extremely good trainer. My kid May is also studying Pokemon. Okay, that's great. I guess we'll go see May, even though she rejected us earlier. Gotta go see her, man. Professor Birch has gotta do what a Professor Birch has gotta do. Okay, real though, am I the only one that as a kid read this as Professor with a T? If you catch my drift, I don't want to say the word because I know that there's some younger viewers and they wouldn't really appreciate me saying it, so I don't want to say it, but just replace the R with a T. Was I the only kid when I was younger? I was like, haha, Professor, well, I don't, is there like a nicer way to say that word? I don't know, I don't really like that word just because people use it a lot of times to refer to females, and I'm like, man, that's really, really mean. You can't call girls that, man. That's not cool. They're just as cool as the dudes, except they've got cooties sometimes. Oh my goodness, we are running into our first Pokemon, and it's a Wurmple. Alright, well thankfully, we don't have any Pokeballs yet, I don't think. We could have maybe gotten some from Professor Birch's assistant. I'm not sure if he even has an assistant, actually. Maybe I should go run back there. I don't really want to. Either way, we couldn't run down there because for some reason in the Pokemon universe, you can't run unless you've got specific shoes for running. I legitimately never got that, and I think they got rid of it in X and Y. They're just like, yeah, that makes absolutely no sense, so... I mean, you can run if you want to, man. You can leave your friends behind. Because your friends don't run, and if they don't run, then they ain't no friend of mine. That kind of went along with the music. That was kind of cool. Hello, I work at the Pokemon Mart. Just come with me. Let's go in the back of this building. Let me show you my shiny blue roof. It's great. I mean, I'm not going to show you anything more than that, because that would be kind of weird. I don't know, man. I just wanted to give you a free potion. Anyway, this is the Pokemon Mart. I don't think we can buy any potion or Pokeballs yet. Nope. So I don't think we can actually catch anything yet. But like I said, the rules of Nuzlocke, basically I've got to catch the first Pokemon. So since we don't have any Pokeballs yet, that Wurmple doesn't count. What I could do is actually try and find a Wurmple again and see if I can catch that. Or I could just pretend that that didn't happen because we don't have Pokeballs yet. I don't know why the heck I'm going into the Pokemon Center and talking to everyone. All I wanted was to heal, because we have actually got our first rival battle coming up. And it's not really tough or anything, but there is always a slight chance that you could end up losing it. I don't think we really can because we've got 2 potions on her, on May, who is our opponent that we are going to fight. How much more specific can you get, Mr. Orange? Why am I talking to myself in third person? Why am I calling myself Mr. Orange? I've literally never done that before. I've only ever once been referred to as Mr. Orange, and it was by Jesse Cox himself back in the day when we did a Polaris live stream thingy. I totally forgot what it even was. Yeah, it was the Polaris or Game Station back then live stream, and he called me Mr. Orange for the whole stream. And never again has anyone ever called me Mr. Orange until now, apparently. Because we are just all about that Chinese chicken, man. We got the orange chicken. We got the General Tso's chicken. We got the Kung Pao chicken. We got so much chicken that you're going to be licking your fingers. Because it's so delicious and you just want to... I always do that. I don't know why. Whenever I eat Cheetos or Doritos or like anything with sauce on it, I guess, I'll always lick my fingers off. Just like suckle them a little bit, you know? That's kind of gross. Let's see. The Pokemon found on Route 103 include... An orange! Whoa, that's not a Pokemon, that's a boy. Boys have cooties. Let's battle. I know that I don't think that ever happened to me, like the whole cooties thing, because I lived in Puerto Rico, and I mean, not only culture is different, but like our main language is Spanish, so there's not really a word for cooties. So I don't think anyone ever said that. But do girls also, like, I know that boys think that girls have cooties, but do boys also think that girls... Oh wait, the other way around I meant. Boys think that girls have cooties, but do girls think that boys have cooties? I'm not really sure. I mean, these 2 kids here in Pokemon are a little bit old to probably be thinking about cooties. Please don't die. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna be on the safe side here because man, it would really suck to lose this first battle. Plus, we're already so far into this episode that it would suck to have to start all over from the beginning. Later on, it's going to get even worse, though, because the more and more we get into this Nuzlocke, the more stressful it will become to try and not die. But in my opinion, at least, the first episode is one of the most stressful, just because, I don't know, man. I think it's just the security of having a lot more Pokemon later on is comforting. It's just like, oh, it'll be okay if someone dies. We got more Pokemon in the PC, but blacking out really sucks. If you black out, that's it, man. Or at least that's how I do it. I guess... Technically, if you black out, you're not game over. You can still have Pokemon in the PC, but I like to consider blacking out as you're dead, because most of the time, the Pokemon that you'll have in the PC aren't very good. I guess you could train them, but I'm kind of lazy, so usually if I game over, like if I black out, I'll just consider that's it. The Nuzlocke is done, man. Anyway, this Nuzlocke is far from done. I just stumbled all over those words like I'm running the hurdles right now. Hello, I heard you beat May on your first try. That's excellent. Why the heck do I sound like this? I don't know. But May has an extensive history as a trainer already. Here, I ordered this for my research, but I think you should have this Pokedex. Ooh, did you get that with some Amazon Prime? Man, I love me some Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime is possibly one of the best things of our age. Like, I freaking love Amazon Prime. Just because ever since I moved out on my own, and have my own like credit card or debit card or whatever. It is just so awesome. It's like I never have to go buy anything at the store. I can just order it, and in 2 days it'll be here. Technology is freaking great, and I think there's a guy that says that in this town, or at least he says that in the Pallet Town. I don't know if in this game there's that guy. It's usually like the guy right outside of Professor Oak's lab, so we'll go check. I think we may have talked to him earlier and I didn't pay attention, but anyway. I guess no one gives us Pokeballs in this game, huh? I totally forgot about that. I don't know. Oh, no, we do have Pokeballs now, so I think May literally just gave them to us, and I completely forgot. But I think that is actually going to wrap up this episode, so we will see. No, oh, the power of science is staggering. Yeah, I love science, man. Go science, Mr. White. Yeah. Speaking of Mr. White, did you know Brendan's hair is actually not white? That's a hat. I have his hat. It's pretty cool. But yeah, in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, it's way more noticeable because there's a little bit less pixels and a little bit more, well, I guess technically there are way more pixels, which make it more detailed. But the way that I'm trying to say it is, the game is less pixelated and a lot more 3D. You know, I think you guys get what I mean. Anyway, our lovely, beautiful, adorable, great mother. She's not our great mother. She is a great mother, but she's not like our great mother. Is that even a thing? No, that's grandmother. Why did I confuse great mother and grandmother? I don't know. Instead of calling your grandma from now on, call her great ma, because she's probably great. If she's not great, then just call her okay ma. Like, she's not, you know, she's not quite a great ma. She's just kind of okay. Anyway, let's wrap up this episode by catching our second Pokemon, which I said it's probably going to be a Wurmple anyway, again. And it is. Alright. Now the struggle to come up with a nickname for this guy. I was thinking, you know what? We're probably going to end up getting a Wurmple anyway, so it doesn't matter that we didn't have Pokeballs earlier, or the rule that I tried to make that I would only catch it if it's a Wurmple. But, okay, awesome. Good job, Wurmple. I mean, I guess we could go for a scratch here, but we are 5 levels ahead. Kung Pao, don't kill your dinner, man. I mean, I guess, do chickens eat worms? I don't know if chickens eat worms. I know that there's some birds that eat worms, but I don't know if chickens are one of them. I don't know, man. Kung Pao, don't play with your food is what I'm trying to say. How hard can it be to catch a freaking Wurmple? Are you serious? We're already down 2 Pokeballs, and we have not, this isn't even worth it. If I don't catch this thing, I'm just gonna run away, I swear. I swear, Wurmple. Thank you. Awesome. We actually caught Wurmple. It took us 3 Pokeballs to catch probably the weakest Pokemon there is in this game. It sticks to 3 branches and eats leaves. The thread it spits from its mouth, which becomes gooey when it touches air, slows the movement of its foes. That is kind of gross. He's like Spider-Man. Why don't we name him Peter then? Because he's like Spider-Man. Or we could name him Parker. Let's name him Parker. Why the heck not? I also have no idea if this guy is going to evolve into a Silcoon or Cascoon, and then whatever the last Dustox or Beautifly. So that'll be interesting. That is if we actually end up leveling up Parker, because I don't know if we will. Anyway, now that we did all that, previously this guy was actually blocking the way here, so I didn't even bother checking it out. But yeah, this guy was blocking the way. Now we can move on to Route 102 on the road to go see our dad in Petalburg City. But that is going to be it for this first episode. So, as I said earlier, guys, I am super excited for this. We made it through the first episode, thankfully. So hopefully we can make it pretty far in this Nuzlocke and not end up losing like the other ones. That would really suck. My goal is to have this done before Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire comes out. Ideally, maybe like a week before, so that I have some prep time before the game comes out. So I will try and upload this daily. This game is honestly not that long. Plus, we have speed up here and all that, so shouldn't really take us that many episodes to beat this game. Either way, if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and stay tuned for the next part. And like I said, Zeta and Omicron is also still continuing and all that. So I'm not gonna draw on this outro any longer. Goodbye, my friends. I love you, and I'll see you next time.